Hey. Oh, Jesus. Welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian Espinal, and joining me through Discord, it is my co-host, my partner in crime. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
I'm sick right now, man. As I tried to show y'all before we even got the intro jumping.
What?
For some reason, the iPad just went into an update. Unbeknownst to me.
Well,
I guess I just needed to charge it up or something like that, and it said, "Yep, I'm gonna update now." So
deuces. Well,
yep, going right off the top.
Well, hopefully it resurrects in time for the manga at least. Also joining us through Discord is my producer, my cheese-eating brother. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, nerds?
This is why you don't.
You eating goat cheese?
What cheese are you eating, Brian? What's Brian's cheese
goat
of
cheese.
The night?
Mozzarella cheese.
You eating tropical white cheese?
No one.
I know you are.
Tropical white
What the
cheese.
hell is tropical white cheese?
You know what that is.
You do
I
know
don't
it.
know what that is.
It's the
know
cheese
that.
It's the fried cheese that we make.
Oh, word! That shit's fire! Holy shit!
And it's also Dominican.
I mean, not specifically. I think Puerto Rican,
yes.
Hispanics
Yep.
of all.
No,
Of
Dominican. Specifically of the Brooklyn variety.
Yeah, the ones that live in my house, the Espinal Dominicans specifically. Let's get into plugs. We got a fun show.
Espinal Hernandez.
Yeah, either or. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37
On Instagram.
Follow.
Yeah. Oh, I like the energy. This one's gonna be a good one. Brian, where can they find you?
Oh, yeah, and I got my pen.
You can find me at b.esp on Instagram and Twitter. And whenever my computer is not exploded, you could find me at whenever I'm streaming on twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Hell yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter especially because every week we do a weekly... What the hell? What?
That's my notes papers.
Oh, nice. Did you type it up?
No.
Oh. Well,
It's just a paper that I don't need anymore that I'm going to write on.
okay. Anyway, what I was saying is we can you can join the audience RGC poll that happens every week, every Sunday. I put it up today this week because I forgot, but we do have a winner this week. I will announce during that series' coverage. So follow us on Twitter if you want to take place with the poll. Also, you can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. We are available. Also, comment below. Either or works for us. If you're watching on YouTube, we have a bunch of episodes that do not have a video version, either because of the YouTube copyright strike that we had a few months ago, or we just didn't have video capability at the time. So yeah, just listen to the backlogs on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, all that jazz. And I think that's it. If you're listening to audio, we have full video now. There will be a link in your description. You can click on it. It'll take you to whatever YouTube app you're listening on, and it'll bring you straight to our channel. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all of the things. And yeah, I believe that's it. With spoilers ahead. Wait, actually, before we do that, I do want to rectify a mistake I made last week. Last week, I voted for Hellions as my VGI. That deeply offended Josh Cole, and he was correct to feel that way. I was thinking about it. It's like, man, I was really gassed. I didn't think about it. Although I did love Hellions.
It was fun.
I did love it.
I even said it was a great it was a great issue.
But you're right. As much as I did like it, I was thinking more of this series more this week than anything. So, I mean, honestly, my certified VGI goes to King in Black from last week.
Certified VGI.
Alright.
I just thought it was pretty fire.
Fair enough. I guess I'm not so slighted.
You're not as slated. But with that being
Yeah.
said, now we can get into the randomizer. Chainsaw Man.
Ooh, that's a good one to start off.
Yeah, this is
Update, man.
what? Update Man, you said?
Apple update, man. Even scarier than Chainsaw Man.
All right.
Believe it or not.
I mean, yeah,
True.
it shuts off all your electronics to update for 15 minutes. That's terrifying.
Since we're androids, like Ryan said.
You know, this is Chainsaw Man.
That's called continuity, guys.
This is Chainsaw Man Chapter 96. This kind of taste. Last we left off, Makima totally.
What a fitting title.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Last we left off, Makima just like destroyed Denji, as it seems, and she just like pulls up a cigarette and starts smoking. Like, yeah, I guess it's over now. And she picks up the little heart that is Pochita and just talks to it. Says, "I've beaten you twice, Chainsaw Man. You belong to me now." And you know, she's just snuggling with it, like, "I won. Hell yeah. We'll eat together, we'll sleep together, and have a happy life." And I'm like, yo, that's an actual heart with the dog's face on it. I don't know what you're gonna do with it. But then in the background, all you see is one of the dead bodies rising up, and you hear a like a chainsaw. And Makima looks behind her, and it's fucking Denji with a chainsaw.
Can you do the sound again?
Wow.
Oh yeah. Like a car. That's like oh no. Yeah, yours is perfect, bro.
Behold, we are 4 years old.
Ooh, we gotta cut that one. Grown ass men, right? Grown.
I pay rent.
And pay taxes.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, yeah. I keep thinking I'm gonna get like a chainsaw sound effect, but I don't ever. I was gonna get a Chainsaw Man thing.
Use the one you did. I swear.
It's
swear.
I
You don't
mean-
even have to worry about using it that many times.
I'll just do it manually every time. It'll be different every time. It'll be special that way.
That's fair. That's fair.
Become the
Fair.
chainsaw.
Yeah, so Makima looks behind her, and Denji's got a suit and tie on and a chainsaw, and he just slashes the shit out of her.
That's a really clean chainsaw that you could have for like do chainsaws usually like have like reflective like metal
Yeah.
like that?
When they're brand
Yeah,
new
you
or
could-
when
yeah.
you polish it, bro.
I could see it be reflective, but the clean slice feels like it would be a little harder. But
The
Well, it is a
chainsaw?
manga,
Yeah, I think
so.
I mean, I'm not hating. I'm just saying.
It wasn't a katana clean slash, you know? She still kind of got shredded all over.
Yeah, and she
Not
just
like
can't.
he did one of those pop, and then she got
Ca-
popped
He
in
cut her-
half.
He cut her right across her unga bungas.
Yeah, right in the Oompa
Really
Boompas.
unfortunate.
Mm.
Right in the gazungas is what they like to say. So she goes down. She can't even believe what just happened, and Denji takes back the Pochita heart and just shoves it back into his chest, I guess. And he's like, "Man, talk about a close one." And she just can't believe, how did you do that? It's like, apparently that Chainsaw Man that she was fighting this whole time was a Pochita that he tore off of his heart. And I guess I don't remember this panel, but I guess like that
Okay, so it's very hard
Oh,
to
I
make
know, I
out.
know what
Trust me.
I actually
But
remember.
yeah,
Now
I knew you would
just
remember. I know you would remember.
it literally
So
came to me.
yeah, when he threw his heart back to the planet, and remember we was like, "What's good with the corpse? Like, how does that work out?"
Yeah. Well, I guess
And
that's what
now we know he'd be just another guy out there, and he's just floating in space probably.
Yeah.
I feel bad for whatever planet with sentient life he lands on.
I mean, he's dead because he can't survive without the heart, right? I hope so.
Oh, true. He didn't rip a piece and like half of it and then do it. He did the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But
So doesn't that mean that he would just grow into another Denji? When
That's what
she
I
ripped
thought,
out
is that
his
he
heart?
grew
exactly
out of
what
that heart.
happened.
He grew out of that heart. But what happened to?
Yeah.
But where did he get that other heart? If he grew
What do
out
you
of the
mean?
one that he tore off and threw to the earth, and what happened to which Pochita is he using?
He's
Oh, I
using
guess
Pochita.
No,
What
he
are you
used
talking about? Oh, you understand. You
I
get it.
guess I'm whatever. I
He
get
ripped
it.
out a piece.
He
of it,
ripped-
wasn't he?
All right. In the fight, he learned that I could regenerate off my heart. So I guess he had this wicked idea, similar to Lobo actually from DC, right?
I got it.
I guess he took a piece of his heart.
Regenerated,
you know what I'm saying?
out of
And a
that.
whole new Denji grew out of that one, and he said, "Yo, go get smoked by all them niggas. I'm gonna just chill down here and lay."
Yeah.
Be real low key.
All right, yeah. No, I'm putting it together now. It feels good.
Dude, that was smart as hell from Denji.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Respect. Smart guy.
Yeah. Makima is not healing very
High
quickly.
IQ play.
High IQ play. Makima is not healing properly, and the reason being is that the chainsaw that he just used, he made out of Power's blood. So it was like a blood chainsaw. Pretty sick. Pretty.
The last of it.
One of these. And you know what? I'll throw in one of these.
Why not?
Yeah. So that's when like the old man pulls up in a fucking van, and he's like, "Oh, he's here to pick us up," and he says, "Sorry, I got to do this to you, Makima." And we cut away to some unspecified time later. Denji is back home. The master dude is also there. The old man. He is no longer scared that he cannot. Makima can hear him. He's like, "I don't care if she hears me now."
I say whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. I respect that.
Yeah, for sure. He says, "You're only just getting started, you know, and innocent people are losing their lives as we speak. So I'd prefer if you moved along quick if you can." So, but Denji's like, "Nah, I'm gonna chill for a bit. I just had a real weird existential crisis, and I lost two of my best friends. So I'm not in no rush, I guess. That's what I'm getting out of it."
So when he said people were getting killed, was he talking about like just generally speaking, or that there's another big threat out there? That
I think it's like devils are out there. You know, he'd prefer that if.
Oh, and you need like she's done. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Wow, he's about his shit. He's about his business.
Yeah. This old man is like, to be clear, I don't think you can actually kill Makima this way. So be prepared for the possibility that you fail and die. And I'm like, yo, you should be prepared for that possibility, dude. She heard everything you just said,
dead, bro. It don't matter.
She's
I'm
about
not
to.
gonna give a fuck.
So, I imagine that Makima is just gonna hunt him down and kill him. But that's why I'm like, you should be concerned if this doesn't work.
Cause she heard, she was listening, bro.
Yeah, this whole time he's like, this shit talking asshole.
This guy, he said what?
Yeah, old man walks away. He says, "Don't you die, Denji. Out of all the devil hunters I've met up till now, you're the one most suited for the job." And Denji just stands there after he leaves. Is like, "What's that about?" And then he just fucks off and starts cooking. And he explains that like, I know that this isn't going to be enough to kill you, you know, just what we did to you. So like, but I still got to find a way to end you. So how do I do that? And he's like, "Do I strap a bomb on us and blow us up together?" But physical attacks won't work. So then it hit him. All he has to do is become one with her as he's cooking this food. And it seems that he's gotten Makima's like physical flesh, has cooked it up, and is about to eat it whole. With a bunch of like miso soup, ginger fried meat and onions. And he's just eating her with rice.
Yes.
Essentially.
He's eating. Yeah.
That's kind of gross.
I don't even have a witty remark or nothing for that. Yeah, he's a beast.
He's chowing down on some Makima fried rice right now. It's not very good.
And he says it tastes good.
Well, he didn't say it tastes good. He says, "So this is how you taste, Makima."
No, but before that, he says that's pretty
I'm like,
good.
ugh. Creepy. And that's Chainsaw Man, and we only have one chapter left. Next week is the final Chainsaw.
How do you know that?
It says so at the bottom. Did you really not notice it?
Final chapter hits
Really?
the 13th.
Yeah, in the very bottom corner, you know where they usually say when the next chapter is coming out? It says final chapter hits December 13th. Are you serious? You didn't know?
Okay.
Oh man. It makes it worse that I can't even like look. Wait, did it finish? All right, I finished the update finally.
I can't believe you didn't see
Oh
that.
man, I gotta go see that.
To be honest, they have to be better
I
about
didn't
that.
see that.
They have to be a little better about that. Those tabs are tiny on the side.
Was that, did I?
Yeah, it's done next week. It didn't even hit 100 chapters. God damn it.
That's
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do like full.
That's unfortunately wild.
Yeah, we'll do like a whole retrospective thingy, like a post-mortem next week when the final chapter
English
actually
made.
hits. But until then, this chapter was pretty cool. I remember that moment where like Denji just pulled up behind her. I was like, yeah, take her down.
Oh my god, there it goes, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Final.
Here's the thing with Chainsaw Man. Also, this last 2-page spread.
I'm not doing it now.
No. Yeah, I was saying like
I'm not ready emotionally.
I'm saying that like you know when they do their 2-page spreads where there's like nothing happening, really. I keep looking for shit in the background to be like, oh, that's like a little Easter egg thing, but no, it's literally just a 2-page spread of his kitchen, of his studio apartment kitchen. And I'm like,
and I guess the point of it was to show that it's a studio apartment that he's in.
Yeah, eating a demon. Yeah, I really like this chapter quite a bit. It is sad that it's gonna be gone, and there's not really much to say in terms of because I'm trying to hold like all my thoughts about Chainsaw Man until next week, so we could do like a full end game analysis. But yeah, good chapter. Very unexpected. I didn't think Denji was gonna win like that. That's very subtle too, like a subtle way to like introduce that power and to be like, oh, I could use this. I never thought of it. I forgot about it almost. So, Josh,
it was. Yeah, it was cool.
I
like the chapter a lot, actually. But those are my thoughts. I don't got too much. I guess I'll have a lot more next week.
Yeah. Well, Brian, do you want to say anything before we move on?
I remember, like, at the end of this chapter, I just thought to myself, that was easy.
Yeah.
Kind of just...
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't say anticlimactic, but it was kind of like, damn, she got caught.
Well, it was cool
man.
It was cool that she went down by like technically Power's hands. I'm glad like Power had something to do with it. It was pretty.
But yeah, like, you know, hashtag give Chainsaw Man an anime. That's
I'm
all
sure it's
I
coming.
really have to say.
I'm sure it's coming, especially now that it's over. They could just do it straight through. But anyway, I guess that's it for Chainsaw Man, right? It's time to randomize. Avengers. This is Avengers number.
Avengers.
Yeah, this is Avengers number 39. Enter the Phoenix prologue. Every now and then we get an issue of Avengers focusing on the BC equivalent of the Avengers, and this time we're getting a shot at the Phoenix of that time. It's a more simple story than I thought it would be. It's pretty kind of like basically this girl was abandoned in the woods 1 million years ago, and they left her in this burnt place, this area called the burnt place, where there's just a bunch of buzzards. Man, cavemen were heartless, dude. They would just leave babies behind, and she just left her there. But she was rescued by wolves, and the wolves looked like they were going to eat her at first, but they said, nah, she's too cute. And they came in and they raised her as their own. She was raised by wolves. So, yeah, she was, living her wolf lady life until she come across a baby of her own in the burnt place. Because apparently people just drop off babies here. And this baby...
Yeah, it's a weirdo baby. If there's something wrong or different about them.
Yeah,
which I guess having red hair was a really bad thing. I guess that was too weird for them.
Yeah.
That's the only problem she has.
Yeah, just being
this dude is a whole cyclops.
Yeah, the baby she found only has one eye. So
much more understandable. Still heartless and disgusting.
Would I abandon my
Much
Cyclops
more
baby? I don't know.
understandable, though. Huh?
Would I abandon my Cyclops baby as a caveman? I don't know. That's mean.
Why abandon it when you can just cook it? Let me stop.
This is true. So she finds this Cyclops baby, and not short after, this floating man is hanging out behind her. And it turns out that this guy has been watching her this whole time, but he saw her when she was a baby in the burnt place, but didn't do anything because he was scared of the wolves, and he was like, fuck that. I'll let this baby die.
Yeah.
She's gone. She's a goner.
That's what I would have assumed. Like, yeah, I'm not. But what?
I am just a floating man. He seems to be this time's Xavier, which is interesting because he's also a telepath.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Does everybody have like just
he's kind of all crippled. He can only move with his mind, and he's all like.
Yeah, I imagine he's like
Stephen Hawking.
He's telekinetically lifting himself.
God forgive me.
Yeah. Does everybody in the Marvel Universe have like a BC equivalent? Is there like a Magneto out there that's chilling? It's interesting.
I would think that a Magneto in this time period would be trash.
Wait. Xavier isn't. He's a telepath. He's not.
Yeah, no. I guess he's not exactly like Xavier. He's only kind of like Xavier in that he's
more like Jean, honestly.
Telepath. Yeah, he's more like Jean. But anyway, he basically is like, hey, sorry I left you behind as a baby, but you want to hang out with us now that you made it through the wolves? And she's like, yeah. She tells the wolves, she goes and tells the wolves, see ya. The wolves got sad.
Thanks for everything.
Yeah, this stinks actually. Like for a human, this is a shitty life. I'm out of here. The wolves got sad, which was sad. I got a little. The wolves. She said the wolves howled for days when she left, and I was like, "Aw." That's sad.
Yeah, that was a homegirl, man.
For sure.
She's gone.
Yeah.
With these other weirdos. Look at Stretchy Man over there.
Yeah, he takes her to this the BC version of mutants, which I thought was kind of interesting because they're not on Krakoa, unless this is Krakoa.
Are those goats?
Goats. Where? Where are the
goat people?
No, they're mutants, but where are the goat people? Oh no, there's just one goat
Under
guy.
the Stretchy Man.
Yeah, no, there's one goat
look at
guy.
the guy to the right.
There's one goat guy. There's one spiky guy. There's a jaguar man.
Look behind the jaguar man.
No, I see the goat man. I see the goat people. The two goat.
There's like 3 goat people. What the fuck is going on? Come on, son. I can't be I'm the only one here.
No, I see it.
I know you see it, but I'm not. No, it's not weird. It's not low.
Why is that the one that makes you weird? There's like everybody looks weird.
Because there's 3 of them. Goats.
This stretchy guy.
Each goat has 2 horns. 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's 6. Devil confirmed. Mephisto.
Oh, imagine these goats are Mephisto. God, I'd hate it.
I was bullshitting. Huh?
God, I'd hate it if it was like they were just Mephisto the whole time.
You know he's there. He was there through everything. He told you already, Chris.
This is true.
He was there, bro.
Yeah, he was watching this whole scene. He's like, oh, I thought she was gonna die with the wolves. I didn't.
Shit, me too, bro.
Yo, I was gonna intervene, but I saw the wolves pull up, and I was like, nah, they got this. So they're just
my snake ass. Never that.
They're just chilling, and even in this time, there are cavemen who are just wilding out over mutants and being mean to them. So they pull up with their torches, and they start fucking shit up, throwing spears at them and whatnot. BC Xavier gets impaled while trying to tell everybody to run away, and the rest of the mutants are like, "Fuck no!" and they all like mob too, but they all also end up getting killed. So the last remaining mutant is the Phoenix girl, and she just walks out of the cave and she sits in the burnt place once again to die, I suppose, as the vultures or buzzards, whatever, I don't know if there's different species, but they gather around her about to eat her, and then shit just starts flaming out. And who could it be? It's the fucking Phoenix Force saves her.
Yeah, she starts asking herself, which, I guess she never thought about this before, because why would you have to? But she's like, we call this the burnt place, and nothing ever grows back here, but I wonder what burnt it in the first place. And right on cue, plow.
Phoenix.
I was just like, oh.
Okay.
All right.
The Phoenix
If you say so.
the Phoenix just burnt this one place. I wonder why. So yeah, apparently the Phoenix has burned its mark into this Earth, like a bunch of worlds. It's kind of like a lure. So I guess it lures in people who are potential for
Really strong telepaths.
Yeah, potential hosts essentially is where what it draws in. It doesn't have to be telepath specifically because there have been other mutants.
Oh, it's not a telepath specific.
No, it's just strong. Like if you're a strong ass mutant, no matter what your power is, you're likely to be chosen by the Phoenix. It's not necessarily telepath.
I see, because Namor had it, right?
Yeah,
even though
Jean
it was
is very
kind of broken
strong.
up and it wasn't.
Yeah, Jean is just very strong, so that's why I chose her. But yeah, she gets the Phoenix Force and it burns everything except for this wolf, and she remembers it as the wolf that originally adopted her back in the day. And she's like, cool. She starts thinking like, you saved me for the buzzard, but now I'm a buzzard, aren't I? I can be better than that, which is cool. I actually like that because not a lot of Phoenix hosts can really hold themselves. Like they just become possessed by the spirit and they just start fucking shit up. But this BC Phoenix is pretty cool for being able to stave that off. We then cut to Asgard, where Odin is trying to lift Mjolnir, and Mjolnir's not doing it for him. But that's when he's like, God damn it, Mjolnir, work for me, I am Odin. And that's when the Phoenix comes in with her pack of wolves, and she's the one who's brought the Avengers BC together, actually. She's, I guess, the de facto leader of the team. She pulls up and she's like, I'm putting together a team to save the world from itself and from people like you and me. And that was pretty cool. I like that.
That was pretty cool.
And that was Avengers. Next, we'll get the Enter the Phoenix storyline, where the Phoenix will choose a new host. From the next issue preview, it looks like Namor is going to be one of them. Wolverine's...
Is that Iron Fist back there?
Yeah, I see She-Hulk and Iron Fist. So it doesn't...
She-Hulk... Is that Black Panther? Whoa.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be mutant specific even.
Yeah, that's Captain America. Whoa.
Oh, it is Cap. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice. I thought, like, who is this?
Damn. It's crazy. Yeah, this is this is everybody except for why is Phoenix there? And, Hulk instead of Starbrand. Actually, no, because Captain America. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking.
Oh, that's actually Shang-Chi in the back. That's not Iron Fist.
Shang-Chi. He has a movie coming up, doesn't he?
Yes. He also has a series of his own. I like Shang-Chi. I think it's pretty cool. My favorite moment for Shang-Chi was that Avengers issue where Jonathan Hickman wrote him. And I'm like, why isn't Jonathan Hickman not doing a Shang-Chi series? I think it would make a solid one.
The Multiply guy?
Shang-Chi? No. Shang-Chi's basically Rock Lee of Marvel.
You're right. He just got the Multiplier thing from that plant.
Yeah, from the plant.
Yeah. Crazy story, guys.
Yeah. Oh my god, we'll cover it someday.
Crazy story.
But in any case, that was Avengers. A solid read. It's funny, if you listen to this podcast, you know that we weren't really we were pretty hard on Avengers for a while. Now it's gotten better. It's gotten more interesting, I guess. Sometimes stories take a little more longer than others to develop. And
my expectations have been tailored as well with it, so that always that helped. I didn't know. The last Avengers thing I read, that I dedicated time to was Hickman, so I didn't know what the hell to expect.
Yeah, and this is the one right after, I think, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, that was Avengers. Good read. Pick it up if you are interested. It is time to randomize. My Hero Academia.
Oh, RGC.
This is Brian's certified really good chapter.
Certified that is not the only thing.
Oh, is it yours too?
No. So, before we get into this, I want to say a quote from Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I can open up my Instagram right now, but I can't. So I'm just gonna. It's not exactly word for word.
I know what I can open it up for you.
So Brian's okay. Thanks. You gonna read it for me?
Yeah. You could stall if you want to give it a little bit of an introduction. It'll take a second.
Yeah. So when words hold weight, the words we choose matter, in my opinion. The way you say, you could say the same thing with in two completely different sentences. You know what I'm saying? Or you can say two completely different things in two similar sentences. I'm done stalling.
Okay, I got it. This is Brian's quote. By the way, this is probably my favorite academia chapter of all time. This is from our group chat.
All time. All time. Like that, because I wish there was a drop.
Yeah, I wish you would. Can you say it a little more clear into the mic? I could probably just make one.
Brian's favorite chapter of all time. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to clip it from there, like that.
I'll try. I'll try my best.
Brian. Now, do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Now, do you feel at this point in time still, and this is prior to us reviewing it, just do you still feel the same way now? Or do you feel that perhaps maybe you overreacted?
No, I still think this is the best My Hero Academia chapter by far.
Strong words, boy. Let's get into it.
Of this arc, or
No,
this month?
Out of every arc, out of everything.
The entire series.
Every time I read this chapter, I'm like, wow, this chapter really blew it out the fucking.
Do you remember how many times you read it off the top of your head?
I've read it like 3 times, I think.
Okay.
Every time I read it.
I read it twice.
All right.
Every time I read it, I'm like, wow, this is such a good chapter.
Now my little segment is done. I just want everyone to remember this.
All right. I guess we can get into it. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 293, Hero Saturated Society. Last we left off, Lemillion came back, and he started fucking shit up. We get a little bit of a flashback to explain how that works, because this is, I guess, how My Hero Academia does things now. They do a big thing. Quick flashback to explain it. And it is what exactly you thought it was. Lemillion just hit up Eri, is like, yo, you ready to give me my powers back? And Eri was like, yeah. And she did it. And there's no time limit, it seems. Lemillion seems to permanently have his powers back, as far as we know. And yeah, so he's back, and he's fucking shit up.
He was, man.
But he knows that he's not enough to do it alone, especially since he's been out for a little while now. How long did he say he was out? What?
Half a year.
6 months essentially. He was out.
Has it been 6 months since that happened?
In universe, remember there was like 3 months.
In the manga.
And probably
it's
a year.
Like,
it's probably been a while since he lost.
Probably not that far. Probably really not that. Like maybe a little bit more.
It's been a couple years since like he's lost his quirk.
No, I think there's been some time.
I don't know about all of that, bro. I feel like that just happened last year.
It feels very close because a lot of things happened in My Hero Academia in a short amount of time. But I think,
yes.
I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like dumb long ago.
Including Eri's recovery arc and Lemillion's recovery arc.
Yeah. But in any case,
I'm gonna wait.
He's just like, I'm not enough yet. Someone, anyone, please help. And all we hear are the explosions from that time. Where like nothing I've ever done. All condensed, faster, stronger too. And you see Bakugo sweating, bleeding, just like catapulting himself through the air. I've never felt that sensation before, like being on death's door in a total crisis, which is interesting. I have a theory about it a little bit, and I don't know if like the fandom has kind of like caught up to it too. But
I have a theory also. I want to hear yours first, though.
Yeah. I think quirks, because we know that they can evolve, so I think there's probably like a fight or flight instinct to it, that the closer you are to death, the stronger they become a little bit, if you choose to fight. Like Midoriya did the same thing when he was fighting Muscle. That's what I'm trying to liken it to, is that moment where he like just boosted his power in a death's door situation. So I don't know. I mean, What did you think? What was your?
That's Dragon Ball Z-esque, isn't it? Oh, like Dragon Ball Z or like late Naruto.
It's
Black
shonen.
Clover.
I think it's just shonen that like in your darkest moment you just become very strong. But I think
I mean, but then again, also it's also like a life thing, you know. Like,
I don't hate it.
Sometimes,
let me be clear.
Sometimes, they're like mothers when their kids are in trouble, they get like an extra boost, like to save them. Like there was a lady who fucking pulled a car over her head to make sure that her kid is safe in real life. So I mean, it's not like it's uncommon for somebody who desperately needs to get the job done to need to do something. So it wouldn't make sense.
Asta does it all the time.
Bad for someone to like do that, especially if you're a hero, evolving when everything's on the line, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
And like Christian mentioned, it is a thing in shonen manga. It's like it's a trope,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beat hour. And it's not like he's out here like Super Saiyan it up. He just pulled up and exploded some stuff.
But why do I still have an attitude, bro?
I don't know.
It's because he's still alive.
Yeah. Well, I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm not...
I think we can address your feeling. I understand where you're coming from a little bit. Like I feel you is what I'm saying. You're not completely alone. I'll be right there with you.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, you if you want to say
no. I want to at least wait to finish the chapter.
Okay, so Bakugo zooms past Best Jeanist. Best Jeanist is like, well, have you experienced the world, Bakugo? And Bakugo finally reveals his hero name. It's Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite. So he just made it.
Wait. Are we gonna just pass by this amazing action page here?
Oh yeah, 2-page spread where not only Bakugo but Midoriya and Nejire, who survived, is out here doing some work. Which I'm happy for Nejire. Like I'm a little annoyed because like the other two people, especially Nejire of the big three, supposedly from this group, don't really do much. I'm glad Nejire especially got it because she hasn't really had a moment to where I'm like, whoa.
Even Ida pulled up into this scrap.
Yeah, Ida pulled up. It was cool. It was
and finally did, I guess, something kind of clutch, right?
Yeah, something kind of clutch.
Because God forbid we get it in. Oh my God, I'm so fucking annoyed with this chapter, man. It's not looking. The future isn't looking bright, man.
Yeah.
The future is not looking bright, but maybe I'm hoping for too much. Maybe I just really have this perception of things that was like that, and I really need them to be a certain way in my head, and I did that to My Hero Academia, man, and it's not right. I can't, man, but this is not what I imagined when people getting a cool moment. And Bakugo of all people with an ass pull super move? Come on, son. That is not what this series is about. If I want to see that shit and feel hype about it, I'll read Black Clover, my nigga, that we dog on all the fucking time.
Or I do.
But it's doing the same shit with better art. Yeah, I said it. Sorry. But I don't know, man. I haven't been feeling it lately, yo.
Yeah.
It's like we go hard on other shit. Promise Neverland, it was so hollow at the end. Bro, this shit is hollow. We didn't get even the training arc we were supposed to get with that they sandwiched together, right? With Midoriya and Hot Ice and this nigga Bakugo. We got 2 chapters of one thing happening? Mm-hmm. Fuck out of here, son.
Yeah.
This isn't cool to me. This is like, oh shit. Impromptu things happening. Like, where's the plan? Bro, I'm spoiled by series. Like, I'm spoiled by better series. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to say that, man. This is my full fucking My Hero Academia rant. And I'm only annoyed because it's like, where are you guys? Where's the... Am I just that much of a hater?
No.
Like
I feel
like
you.
This. That's the only reason I'm tight is because I like the series and I don't like where.
I feel you, man.
I don't like what I've been seeing for the past 3 months, man.
Yeah,
it hasn't been. This ain't brand new.
Yeah,
I've been new. I was kind of like, oh, it'll get over that hill. Oh, they'll show us. They'll wrap this arc. Nope, it just hasn't been done for me personally.
Gotcha.
And I know that nigga on YouTube is gonna Not like that I wear that hard, but god damn it, man. God damn it. I can't even put coherent thoughts together.
I got you. I got you. I feel you. I was waiting for the end to really like say my whole thing.
Oh, I couldn't hold it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, bud. We'll talk about it.
Bro, even Dobby, like, we can at least get a fucking one-on-one with him and his bro or something. At least. No, instead this nigga's monologuing while he's holding and burning his brother that did nothing to him. Like, bro, you're not a psycho like that. You are a thinker, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're gonna try to steal Bakugo. Why not try to steal your brother and tell him about your dad and be like, join me? That would have been way fucking smarter, in my opinion.
Yeah. Join me. It's like Darth Vader.
Yeah, don't you hate your dad anyway? Look at all this other shit he did. Remember when he thought I was dead? Then he could have really tried to warp his mind while he was sitting there in that chair, not Bakugo's crazy ass. Like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, I'm going to tone it down.
In any case, yeah, Bakugo's like, great explosion, murder, god, dynamite. And, yeah, like Josh said earlier.
That's a lit name.
He's burning Todoroki alive.
That's a cool name.
He's burning Todoroki alive and monologuing. Man, he really does like doing splash pages where Dabi just looks crazy. This is like the third one in 2 chapters where it's just like a full page spread of him being like, I'm a crazy boy.
I believe you, bro. I believe you. You don't have to force it on us anymore. What's the author's name again?
Horikoshi.
Horikoshi. Like, we get it, Horikoshi.
Yeah. But they're broken up by Black Whip, and Midoriya is not using his arms or legs. He's using his tongue. I guess he's like having Black Whip come out of his mouth, which I liked a lot. I'll say this: if there's like, I'm getting the things I liked about this chapter out of the way. I feel like this is very in Midoriya's character because he's always taking notes on people. He's always just like, trying to learn and apply his powers the way other people do. He's not afraid to like take knowledge from others. And this is an unexpected
and take risks.
Yeah, it's an unexpected way for him to use Black Whip. And it's very innovative. That's what I really always liked about Midoriya, is that out of all the shonen protagonists, he's like the most innovative, and he's a thinker, and he tries to he's a very creative individual in his combat. But yeah, this whole part echoes that moment where Midoriya intervened with the Todorokis back at the tournament arc, where he kind of like forced Todoroki to use his full power, and he was trying to help their family out in a way. His actions and end up inspiring the Todorokis yet again here. As Gigantomachia finally bursts out of the fabric, he's about to make his move, but that's when Endeavor shoots up and smacks the shit out of him, dropping him to the ground.
Blam! Hold that.
Yeah, bam!
Finally, get your old ass up and do something. I mean, I guess Shigaraki did kind of give him the beats.
Yeah. And his power is suddenly gone, and the reason being, as Lemillion reminds us, is that I got a message from the gang at the Villain. They said that their strategy didn't work, but the sedative finally kicked in, and
bingo, which Brian has been literally just waiting for that.
He was yelling it at us.
He called it for Matt for weeks.
And we
did. I'm gonna give you your credit, bro. And about fucking time, right?
I wanna also say I wasn't like the sedative's never gonna work, right? I don't think I was that.
No, nobody said that. He just kind of was the first one to be like, "Yo, it's not that it didn't work. It's probably gonna hit like at the opportune time." And then he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
that's probably That's probably what's gonna happen.
That was My Hero Academia. I read it the first time and I felt pretty weird about it. I don't know how I felt the second time. I felt a little better about it. I think Josh's concerns are all valid, and they ring true. This arc has been a lot of ups and downs.
It's been a crazy roller coaster.
Yeah, it's a weird.
There's been really awesome moments. It's not like it's been complete shit. I just had those reservations for a while.
For sure,
and It
feels that way. And what's hard about this is that this is not the final arc. So that's why a lot of this stuff is like, I feel like he's tiptoeing around a lot of things because like this is not the end. But at the same time, he's setting an expectation is like when they actually do square up for real, you gotta deliver on a way better level. And that's the only thing that keeps me from being like angry at My Hero is that like, okay, this is not supposed to be the last arc. This is supposed to be a lot more one-on-one fights. You know, it's not supposed to happen right now. This is a more frenzied situation. The pace of this is too fast for it to be like a big decisive battle. And you can't establish that early. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have that who can beat who midway through your series, you know? It's like if Naruto went all up against Pain immediately, like before Shippuden, and we were expecting to beat him then. You know what I mean? Like
win or lose, you know, even if he lost and it led to more story, right? You're still kind of like, come on, man.
Yeah, but I do appreciate what you're saying.
Had done this a different way.
I do appreciate what you're saying, and it all goes back to like this weird. I think like the pacing issues is just what it is, and My Hero.
That's what it boils down to.
And we say it every week.
And the execution of it.
We say it every week, so I don't want to like bog it down and you know be a broken record. But if anything, My Hero Academia has like really shown me. I think all of us here like the importance of just like pacing and why Oda does stuff the way he does. Like the slowest One Piece moments are because it's the opposite of this, I guess. So you know, it's the opposite.
If I may give a few just before, because I do want to hear Brian's thoughts. I know it's
for sure
probably gonna be tainted by what I said and also from you, but I do want to hear. I want to end this on a positive vibe, but I do want to say these last things and just a very clear and concise way to put it. Right, the issue with the sedative, right? We seen it coming, similar to the situation with Dabi, right? And you know, it's not like that doesn't happen in other series. It's about like how you execute it, right? They did that, and it feels like it was a long time ago, but it wasn't really that long ago in the scheme of that plot. You know what I'm saying? Because they had moments broken down, and they had like maybe 5 minutes broken down into 3 or 4 different chapters in that Shigaraki fight, and then right before that, it was the kids on their last stand against Mafia, right? Mm-hmm. Had he took his time a little bit more with the Shigaraki fight, given a few other people maybe some team fights where they had to where it's just isolated on them, and then he could have said, meanwhile, while this was happening, he did this really well during the training arc when they was out in the woods in the villain's attack. He executed that. That was the arc for me that really that made me wishful for the future and saying, nah, he's gonna deliver. Like this is just a little training part, and it's this lit. So he built that expectation because I felt like he didn't rush, and we was given enough of each person and a little moment for everybody. Now all he had to do was that, and then let things get even more dire with everyone's situation, and then boom, the one person that's wrecking everything, and that is everyone's problem directly or indirectly in Gigantomachia. Boom, that sedative hits. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He could have set this up so much better than this. Like, and we have better examples of it. You know, mm-hmm. as a tenured manga reader, I haven't read all of them. I haven't read a vast quantity, but I've been reading for enough years in my life I know better, and I know this author can do better.
Right.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Brian, what about your thoughts?
And that's all of my.
Sorry for hating.
Okay.
I guess.
So honestly, like, I still love this chapter so fucking much. Primarily because, like, you guys bring up the pacing and everything, like how fast everything's going and all that. But honestly, I think this is one of the best paced chapters in a long time that I've read, like, My Hero Academia. Mainly because, like, he just ties so many things together so fluidly. Like, everything just goes by, like, he'll drop information and move on to the next section so easily. Like, it's just so perfect. Yeah. Like, this whole Mirio situation, like, and it just answers questions even with just the paneling itself. So, in the first page, you see Eri with her horn small. So that just answers the question right away. Like, you know that she's used her ability and she's not going to be able to use it for a very long time. Which means which also kind of puts you a little bit at ease that all the fucking people that got fucked up in this arc isn't just gonna walk it off anymore, you know? Like, she already used her power on Mirio.
There's gonna be stakes,
so,
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that, bro. That was a good. I didn't notice that contrast.
Yeah, it's also mentioned that like she's been practicing using lizards to regrow limbs. So in theory, she can grow back Miriko's limbs. She could grow back
Aizawa's.
Yeah, Aizawa she could fix. So yeah, it's it's establishing that. Go ahead, Brian. I want to let you finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm just validating your responses. Just saying I agree with you as well. I mean,
So it continues, and it's like when you see Mirio, when I'm reading this chapter and Mirio's in it, he's kind of like the big guy in this like whole chapter. Like, you see this guy, and he has so much brightness and so much energy and so much presence. Like, he's almost just as big as Endeavor in this moment, and Endeavor is the #1 hero. Mm-hmm. So it's like it really makes you like think about like the comparison between him and Deku, like whether you like it or not. Like, this guy was supposed to be next. Yeah. This guy was supposed to be next up. He was supposed to be the next symbol of hope, right? Mm-hmm. So when you see this guy in action, he just has that that like, I'm a hero and I know what I'm doing. And even when he's struggling, like in this moment where he's like, somebody help, I'm still not enough to deal with this. Like, that's still like good shit from him. Like, like Mirio, he was smart enough to
understand. Like, he was still confident. Yeah, I agree. I'm just gonna kind of just agree with those points, man. Like, I was my issues with the overall like arc. And again, the pacing really kind of like fucks up these, like a lot of these like moments for me, because I get kind of jaded, man. And that's why I wanted to hear you speak. Honestly, to end the chapter off, because it is dope. I may not fully agree with how they went about it. I would have liked it to be a little bit more drawn out and more detailed, et cetera, et cetera. But they said enough. There's no loopholes here. Yeah. I don't have any issue with the plot or anything like that. And it was cool. It's good to see him. And I'm glad there's no bullshit strings attached, like, oh, it's this pill that you could only take for X amount of time, or I want him to be back. I want him to be that dude.
Yeah.
I want him to train Deku more. I want him to train maybe somebody else, maybe one of the classmates, and let them level up. You feel me? Maybe Mirio's path could be as a guy, as a teacher. He doesn't have to, since he's not all for one. I like that his future's not cut off.
Yeah.
Because honestly, in a manga about superpowered heroes, you lose your powers, bro, you a lame.
Yeah, historically, if you listen to the podcast, if you listen to the podcast historically, Josh doesn't like people with no powers.
So
in a superpowered already universe, yes.
The way that I've read this chapter a little bit, though, like once Bakugo comes in, it's like this guy's next, and then Bakugo comes, and he's next in line after Mirio, because like, everything that Bakugo's been showcasing in this arc has screamed future #1. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, this guy comes in, even before he gets injured, he's like commanding the #1 hero to do shit, right? Like, he's taking charge in a lot of these situations, and he's coming back in even when he's near death, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Bakugo he's got the charisma, and he's got the he's wise beyond his years. He was that guy, man, and we're gonna see what else happens with him in the future. Like Chris said, also, this ain't the last arc. This fucking better not be.
It just feels hard. It just feels like it. Just because it's
better not even be the halfway, my nigga. I'm sorry. This better just be like that first major game changer.
I feel like this is gonna
be the game changer. Ooh, I'm writing that one down.
Obviously, I think there's like a
right along with Joshua rants.
I feel like this is like a Shippuden point for after this arc. It's probably going to be a time skip or some sort where everybody levels up. I'll say this. I remember.
I think so too.
It's like I mentioned earlier. Like, I read this chapter twice. Once, for as a fan. The others, that's how my process goes. I read it at least twice. Second time for notes. I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around than I did initially. And there are a lot of really good character moments that are isolated here. with Midoriya. I love that. That was one of my top few Midoriya moments, honestly. The floppy tongue was like, that's vintage Midoriya. Like, you lose.
Oh, I was so annoyed when I seen it, bro, because I had such an attitude, man, between Brian saying this was the best thing ever. And
best My Hero chapter.
Like,
Josh doesn't like hyperbole, so he'll hyperbole right back.
It started
at you.
with the eerie thing. I just felt like it wasn't enough for me at the moment. But as I read it again, you said it really well. You reminded me what Midoriya was about. Because shit, lately he's been about just punching shit.
Yeah,
so,
it's you forget
that was cool.
Because Midoriya's just been
Yeah,
focusing
you forget
on...
when everything else is just kind of happening.
Yeah,
take our time.
I mean, I'll argue this also. I was thinking about this while we were talking about it. I wonder if this arc will be better if you read it all at once. Because I think this fast pace is on purpose, obviously. Like, it's supposed to feel like, holy shit, things are moving so fast. And everybody's just trying to, like... Nobody has a plan in this. So everybody's just improving left and right, villains and heroes, just trying to win. It's like the end of a very close game where you're just pulling out all the stops and you're trying to just get the fuck out of there. It's really close, and that's how I feel. And I think, like, maybe the week ruins it a little bit. The week waits. This is one of those arcs where, like, if you read it all together, like in a volume, it reads better. Although I still maintain that
100%.
I still maintain that there are certain things that he shouldn't have, like, that don't deserve that pace. Like the Hawks and Twice relationship, stuff like that. That deserves a little bit more. Like, there's obvious things that should be taken slower, but I definitely...
We needed more there.
Yeah, I definitely think, though, more. That, like, this was supposed to feel like... We're supposed to get a little bit of whiplash from this arc. I think that's the intention, but it gets lost in a week where if you're not, like, marathoning these chapters, it's probably going to be weird. But I wonder...
My tea kettle has stopped steaming. I'm pretty chill.
You're turning back into Josh Gold from the Hulk.
Just to wrap up my favorite part of this chapter, it's the interaction between Endeavor, Deku, and
Dabi.
So
I like that too. That was my favorite part as well.
I was reading this part and I was like, that was the part where he says, "And guess what? You are Endeavor." And I was reading that over and over again. I'm like, why does that impact Endeavor so much? Like, why is it like this?
Because he said this,
and I read it, and I'm like, okay, so basically what Deku is saying is that, like, Dabi's whole thing, like his whole persona has been built around what Endeavor did to him, right? And what he's basically trying to say is that he's a product of Endeavor's mistakes. But what Deku is saying here is that, guess what? Like, you built up this whole persona about this shit. You built up that you are Endeavor's biggest mistake. You're who Endeavor is. But sure, the past never dies, but you don't define who Endeavor is anymore. Like, and that's what woke Endeavor up, because, like, Endeavor, like, you could see it throughout, like, every single time, like, he has, like, this character moment involving Dabi and who he was.
Happening, he was kind of just frozen there in shock, like shell shock. What I felt even like before what Midoriya did was lift those weights from. He liberated him from that mindset. Like, this is completely my fault, and I must suffer for that mistake from before.
Yeah, exactly.
We made a small point about this with Daredevil last week because it was such a great issue that should have been the unanimous VGI, but I digress. About, with Daredevil and Elektra, where, Matt Murdock, remember, like, they both killed. So he made the line where one, he said, "I'm a man who's killed a man, and she's a woman who's killed, like, different men or whatever."
Yeah,
he was so remorseful about that one kill. She just did it, and death was nothing to her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the same dynamic where, like, he's remorseful. He may not have been at the time. He may have been clouded, but you know what he's doing right now? Trying to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing? You're being a whiny little asshole that's such a lame that no one likes anymore. And your hair dye is whack, nigga.
I'm gonna blow your minds a little. This moment was actually a parallel to the tournament arc as well. where Todoroki,
Was it?
where Midoriya, while he was fighting Todoroki, he also said something along the same lines as "You're not Endeavor," but now it's like twisted into this other direction where he means it in a positive light. Where I've seen Endeavor try to change who he is, and you're not Endeavor. So that's why it affects Endeavor the way that it does. Is that like he's heard it before, and he's heard those words, but it's this time it's in a more positive light.
I didn't.
Wow, that's really cool. I did not. Yeah. Wow.
I just recently watched My
Did
Hero
you
Academia
watch
the
that?
tournament.
Oh my god, that
Lucky
makes this
guy.
chapter so much better. Oh my
Doing
god.
some extra research.
I've just been watching
Alright,
shit.
bro.
I've just been watching.
Okay.
I didn't just
It's
watch
alright.
it. I just happened to be watching that episode a few days ago.
Nah. It's all good, bro.
I'm watching
It's all
through.
good. Hey, listen, you the whiz kid, bro.
Also, one more thing is that, like, I've been wondering why I feel so weird about Dabi being crazy, but when
It's
you
whack.
think about it,
It is kinda whack.
When you really think about it, when you really think about it, it's not like when you go back and look at what kind of character Dabi was. He was never really
DCC.
he was never really
Cool, calm,
a
collected.
cool, calm, collected character.
He
Like,
was.
all of the shit that he's done, like,
Wasn't
until
he?
now.
He was chill.
No, I don't think he was.
He's been
He
like
was-
the reserve guy when the other people were not
No.
not everyone in the crew was the spaz out, but he was
the least.
he had a mission on his mind.
He was
Even
second
when,
to
when the
least.
league was doing something, he was doing his own shit on the side too. He's a planner and a thinker, bro. He's not.
No, yeah. I think this is the moment where he loses his mind, but before he was very composed.
No, because look, when you think about it, like, as the series, like, from when you first see him to now, there's a clear deterioration of his character
Sure.
as the series goes on.
I
There
don't
is.
agree.
There
I think
is,
it just
because
started. I think he just started
he-
to unravel because
No,
Horikoshi
because-
felt like it.
No. Think about it. Because when you first get introduced to him, right? He's very separated. That's why he would seem calm and cool in these situations, because he has no stake in those situations, right?
Yeah.
Like, so his integration to this team and the Vanguard Action Squad, he's dejected because that's not his goal, right? But the closer and closer he gets to getting to where he, like, his end game, which is ending
Which is
Endeavor,
killing
anything
himself and
connected to him.
Endeavor.
Yeah, he doesn't live for anything else but that.
No, I'm
So,
not joking.
when-
I'm just realizing that that is his goal, to kill himself and Endeavor.
I'll
And
say
I guess
this.
whoever
So-
else along the way.
Yeah, in these situations where
Okay.
you think he's calm, cool, and collected, it's just that he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about anything that's going on in these situations.
I
in
think
the
I
end.
think you're both right.
Brian, but
I think you're both right. I
What?
think there was like a disintegration of his character, but it was a huge leap from when this arc started. Like he was.
it wasn't as gradual as you're making it seem.
Yeah,
Brian.
it wasn't as
was
gradual.
like, cool. Whoa.
He went
Whoa,
cool.
whoa, whoa.
Cool.
I think if you read it over, you'll notice that, like,
And I
there were
will
things,
eventually.
No, he
there
went.
were
He went
things
cool.
that showed that there was that little tick. That was just a flip that he could switch and become that character.
I think Josh
To
is a little
become
right.
crazy.
He went cool. Whoa. You know, just
Yeah. Yo, is
Even-
this my podcast, Academia? Like,
yeah. We've
No,
been
hold
talking
on,
too
hold
long
on.
about
If
My
you-
Hero.
if you
I
go
guess I
back
started
to-
it off with the rant. I can't chop this one down. All right, what were you saying?
I mean, if
Closing
like,
thoughts.
'cause-
That's enough.
Look, no, because
one last thing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because when Dabi was first going up against, like, not Dabi, but Endeavor, when he was going up against the first Nomu, the Super Nomu, right?
Yeah.
And Dabi shows up, he wasn't calm, cool, and collected in that moment.
Yeah, he was
Like,
like,
he
"Yeah,
showed
Dad,
that
I'm
he-
gonna try to go for it now."
Yeah, he showed that he was
He
a
was hype.
petty. He said he was a petty, crazy, like, guy. Like, he's
Yeah.
not. He's
I
not
just see
always
someone
been
that
the
was
calm,
really
cool guy.
motivated to kill the number one hero.
I
The funny thing is, I wasn't even 100% sure that was his son at the time. So, like, I really didn't have.
I
that
was
in my
100%
mind. Like,
sure at
I
that
just thought
point.
he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to take the number one out and get on with this agenda." I'm just speaking from my perspective.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but if you go back and read it with this context of his insanity, this is not new to Dabi.
Brian,
this
he
is
wasn't-
just him really fully unleashing.
If you say
himself.
so.
He wasn't chill in that moment, but he wasn't like this. Like, this was a steep drop. Because even then, he had restraint. You know, like, at that moment, he was like, I'm going to chill.
But what's the
Now's
point
not
of,
your time.
What's the point of restraint in this moment?
I don't know. He
Where
showed
is for him, like, if you think about it from his perspective,
Because he's
been waiting
literally
for this
about
moment,
to blow himself out. and
Yeah,
lose
but
the
he's been
objective.
waiting for this moment his entire life. Like, his entire life, he's been waiting for this moment. And the
Listen,
moment
Brian,
is
I don't
here.
have a problem.
Where is the restraint? Where do you need the restraint for?
My issue is is the unraveling of the character, because I feel like I'm looking at someone completely brand new. So I don't feel those same. I don't feel that flow and continuity of this character. I feel like I'm looking at something brand new and something for this arc, something that was manufactured, not like built something that was just like built up with Lego pieces real quick, not something that's been like brick, cement, brick, cement. And again,
I think-
just my
Agree to
closing-
disagree, guys.
Yeah,
We're gonna be here all night.
statements for
Actually,
Dabi.
can we agree to disagree?
We're going to be here all
I'm
night.
just gonna say this. You say it's a new character, like this is a brand new character for him. I say this is actually Dabi. This is who he really is,
Sure.
and this
That's
is
fair.
who he's always.
And I
been.
would even agree with you. I agree with you.
No,
Who
yeah,
else
we're not
is it,
arguing
right?
that he
Yeah.
was never this crazy. We're just saying that, like, oh, damn, he's just, like, lost his mind immediately. Like, in 2
not
seconds.
immediately.
In literally 2 seconds.
It was a like from the beginning of this arc to now.
From my point of view, it was
I
rather
wasn't
sudden.
surprised. I don't think I was that surprised that he went this crazy because
All right.
from the beginning of this arc to now, this is what's led up to it.
Agree to disagree. This was My Hero Academia. It was a good chapter. I'm not saying it's the best, but it is a really great one. To me, second time around reading it, I was like, this is pretty great.
Bro, we spent so much time on this. I gotta give it to RGC, man.
Are you sure?
Don't give it its respect.
There's no
Bro,
taking
look
it
how
back.
Look how much conversation it sparked. How much emotions and thoughts, and critical thinking.
Your last
No,
chance.
it was a cool. I mean, I didn't give it to Chainsaw Man. It really wasn't much else, in my opinion.
Okay. This is Josh's.
Am I forgetting something?
Yes. My.
Shit. Did
We'll
One
get there.
Piece not?
We'll get
One
there.
Piece ain't come out this week.
Anyway. I'll give it to
Whatever.
This is yours.
You know, what? I'm not gonna give out RGC because I don't.
Okay.
That's not how I felt going in, and I don't really feel 100% that way. So we're not gonna say it yet.
All right. It's time to randomize. The X books. We're starting. We
Oh,
only have
shit.
2.
All right.
We have S.W.O.R.D is the first one. This is S.W.O.R.D #1, brand new series. It is what you think it is. It's based around the mutants that are now inhabiting the S.W.O.R.D station. And it turns out this is basically the mutants' NASA. I like it. I like that they have like their own little subsections versions of our government where they have their own NASA now. So Abigail Brand, as we remember from Empire, has stepped down from her role as the leader of Alpha Flight and has gone back to the mutants to head up this mutant NASA. And she's got a bunch of mutants under her beck and call. They all have. There's like a hierarchy involved, a very structured hierarchy, which I thought was pretty cool up top. We'll get into them as the story continues. The issue starts off with Magneto pulling up, and he doesn't take a gate. He encases himself in a metal ball and metals himself up over to the S.W.O.R.D station, which is pretty cool. And they're asking him, like, yo, why'd you do that? Why didn't you just take a gate? And he's like, because I'm the GOAT. And goats don't take the easy way out.
That was essentially what he said.
Yeah.
Wasn't word for word, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah, he's basically like, yo.
Something slick about challenging yourself and forgetting and not thinking we have limits or whatever. It was
like
very poetic. But guess what? You got to buy the comic and read that shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna get our version.
For sure.
You're not reading along already.
Yeah, he starts moving the S.W.O.R.D station itself. I don't know why.
Very gangster.
But just to fucking flex. He's like,
oh,
And
hard flex.
And everybody's like, yo, how are you doing this with that much? You're not even breaking a sweat. It's like, yeah, next I'm going to try to walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. And I'm like, what a fucking beast.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangster.
I love Magneto, dude.
Eric, huh?
Yeah, Eric. So Abigail pulls up and, they start talking. She basically introduces him to her team. One of them is the Whiz Kid. His ability, he's a technopath. He's able to not only talk to technology as we know it, but he's able to manipulate Krakoan technology.
And mutant technology. We'll learn more about that.
Yep. So yeah, they're walking around, taking the tour. Abigail Brand makes it very clear. Is like, look, I know you brought me up here with you think that like, yeah, I'm not here to work for Krakoa right now because we're in space. So this is more than about just our nation. It's about pretty much the whole universe I have to worry about. This galaxy.
Yeah, definitely this galaxy. She points out the sun itself and says, yeah, this one, the Milky Way, our immediate situation. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's why we are running S.W.O.R.D.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm just saying.
And you know what I like about
mutant
this?
Workers, mutant technology, you're a mutant.
No, yeah, you're right. But
I get it. At first I thought Abigail was kind of just being a stick in the mud type of gal, but I do realize that she did have a grander point. Like, she's like, you guys are thinking small.
Mm-hmm.
And Magneto's like, we're doing what we need to do, but I understand your point.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a point that I think about a lot with sci-fi stories or like space stories. Wherever they go to a planet, there's no like countries ever. They never talk about the countries. Everything on that planet is one, essentially. So when you like the Kree and the Skrull, there's no like Kree country that acts independently of the Kree. Oh, Josh, you're gone.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
Okay. Yeah. There's no Skrull nation that does the same. So what Abigail's trying to say is that like people that don't live on our planet, they don't think in terms of nations and shit. They think about solar systems. So that's how I got to think as well. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, we meet Frenzy as well, who just bodied a Skrull soldier, their Skrull ambassador. And it's interesting. This is an interesting point where he's there to talk about the king, Billy. Not Billy. Billy's not the king. Billy's the wizard. The
made a really good point about it, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So the
king, I didn't. It really didn't. It didn't occur to me.
This whole thing really spins out of Empire, which I kind of appreciate because it gives more meaning to Empire as opposed to other events.
Absolutely.
But for those of you who don't know, the Kree and the Skrull have merged. They are now kind of like flying under one flag. Their king is Hulkling, who is a Kree and Skrull hybrid. His boyfriend Billy is the son of Wanda and the grandson of Magneto, incidentally.
Granddaughter, yeah. Oh, yeah, grandson.
Yeah. So
one thing I want to know, if you know off the top of your head, is Wanda a mutant or not?
I think she's back to being mutant. I'm not sure, because she wasn't human for a while because like Marvel didn't have the rights, so they
said that that she is okay.
So, but I don't know if they really made that transition back.
I'm gonna do a little bit of research on that myself because
Brian,
or maybe Brian, maybe you could look up something.
Are you able to Google,
see
Brian?
if like recent history of like Wanda Maximoff's
is the Scarlet Witch a mutant? You could just Google
you
that,
could do that too. I guess you don't have to use a government name. But anyway,
yeah. So basically, he says that the court wizards, Billy's mom, what's his name, Wiccan's mom, is kind of an outsider, and and obviously he's not gonna fucking ignore his mom, and he basically delivers the message is like he considers it a great shame that the mutants of Krakoa do not embrace Wanda, even though like I get like it's kind of a hard thing to do because like she wiped out all of them for a couple months. Brian, did you find the
Yeah, it says that she's human genetically altered by the High Evolutionary Sorceress.
And that's like comic her or
Formerly disguised as a mutant, it says.
all right. Yeah,
That's what the race says.
Josh, I don't think I can hear you. I think are you muted?
Yeah.
Yes, I was muted. My bad, guys. I didn't say much. I was saying how I didn't hear the first part, but essentially she's not a mutant as things are right now.
Technically not.
She's like a genetically altered human.
Yeah, they call
Okay.
they call her
is
the Pretender.
Quicksilver? He's not a mutant?
Let me see.
Well, they call her the
Like,
Pretender, and I guess that's why. Is that like because she has the genetic properties of a mutant without being an organic, like born mutant.
Yeah, he's the same.
Same with Franklin, apparently.
Yeah, because Quicksilver is also was also named an Inhuman for a while. Franklin, I think he's a born mutant because of what happened with Sue and.
No, just recently they confirmed that he's not.
Okay.
In the pages of the latest Fantastic Four, I guess neither of us read. I read it. I mean, but I know I see you didn't.
No, I didn't. I'm a little behind on Fantastic
We're gonna have to talk about that eventually.
Yeah, but in any case,
that's huge implications. Yeah. Anyway,
more of the team is revealed. This guy Fabian Cortez has also introduced himself. He's like, "My lord, half of the people on this ship used to work for Magneto when he was a villain. It seems." I think that's where they get it.
I did not know that.
I think like a lot of them used to, because he's familiar with all of them, or most of them. He even meets this guy named Peeper, who is basically Eye Boy, but he doesn't have that many eyes. He only has 2 eyes.
Okay, you can see through different spectrums and
Yeah.
even through a different reality and stuff.
Yeah, we get a more intricate breakdown of what this place is about, and there's what the structure is and what this team really is. Cable is head of security, and he has a bunch of, like, I guess, brawler-esque mutants under him. But what they're working on here at the S.W.O.R.D station is they're improving mutant technology, and what the first of their experiments is this thing called that surrounds these 6 mutants. These 6 mutants there's like 5 teleporters, and there is a control guy, which is WizKid, who's technopath, ability to align and adjust with mutant circuits in operation. Fabian Cortez, who's an energy augmenter. He can boost, I guess, powers to a degree. There's Armor's in this. I guess she's not with the New Mutants right now. Armor is like there to provide an exoskeleton so they can travel to very intense,
through the harshest realities,
environments.
Because they're I'm kind of jumping the gun here, but their goal is not to just jump through different points in the universe, but to warp to different realities.
Yeah.
So
who
knows what the fuck is on the other side, right? Better have some armor.
Mm-hmm. We have Peter Quinn, whose ability is, spectrum, telescopic, microscopic, all that stuff. Eye Boy, but with less eyes. There's Risque, who does an implosive field generator. Condenses from high-density Kirban fields found inside of the blank. There's a lot of redacted points of this.
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and there are a bunch of teleporters as well to teleport them to the place, and these guys are to travel the place they get teleported to. So essentially, they go on their first mission, so to speak, and they kind of break down the process. The power strengthens the shield. The shield protects the 6, and the 6 stand at the shore. And they enter this weird, crazy Mysterium Tremendium, elemental cosmic heart, white hot room of secret fire.
These are all Marvel cosmic references.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
By the way, yeah, to actual things. Some are I guess teasers, but others are kind of like a call out. I can't name all of them.
Yeah, it's Mysterium.
However,
elemental cosmic heart, white hot fire, white hot room of secret fire, Excelso Prey Omnibus Alice. And they're all there. They're all protected by armor. The power now touches the eye, who's Peepers, and now he can use his powers to just basically be omnipresent or omniscient, if that's the better word. And he points out exactly what they're trying to get. They get closer, and there's this little like pyramid. They grab it and they bring it back.
Yeah, at the center of this fucking blue star.
Mm-hmm. And the teleporters bring them straight back. They basically broke the laws of fucking physics to get there. But yeah, they got it. Whatever it is they want, they got. They were looking for.
Al Ewing, man, holy shit! This is like giving me the immortal like Immortal Hulk vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they was. Remember when they had the One Below All talking,
yeah.
and it was like in those statements.
Yeah.
This is gonna be big.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man, multiversal shit.
Yeah.
Hickman.
They got their cool pyramid, and that's the end of the issue. The first mission is a success.
Bro, they ripped the heart out of a star and came back to S.W.O.R.D. Like, yeah, we got it.
Oh man, wow. This was a way bigger issue than I thought it would be. Because not only does this really have implications for the X books going forward, this also has an effect on the Marvel Universe going forward. Because as we know from the end of Empire, eventually the S.W.O.R.D team fucks up the entire Kree Skrull armada, or is there at their demise at least. So I wonder, man. Like, one of the things I appreciate about this, and by the way, this is my certified very good issue of the week.
Oh, same. VGI.
Certified VGI.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was crazy. Al Ewing has. I'm glad he was brought aboard because I know he has experience with these kinds of stories. He wrote the Ultimates. I never read it, I think. He wrote the Ultimates with Blue Marvel and a few other of these cosmic heroes doing stuff.
Nice.
So,
of course, Immortal Hulk, like I mentioned earlier
of course,
as well.
Immortal Hulk, one of our favorites.
Which that alone, I mean,
mm-hmm.
you ain't have to tell me nothing else.
Yeah, very excited to see where this goes.
You know, it's what this issue did for me was kind of get me excited for what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did with this.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think of S.W.O.R.D. I just kind of thought it was like, oh, is this Hickman feeling his thirst, desire to use certain characters and be uppity in a station? You know, kind of how it was with Secret. I don't know, like be real pretentious.
Be uppity in a station.
It can get a little pretentious, you know?
Yeah,
especially with this Abigail chick, because all I've seen from her is sass and just never being happy. I've never seen her happy.
Not a single moment of her being happy.
I actually listened to a little breakdown about her on my guy, Comic Book Harold. I'm going to keep giving him shout-outs. Y'all should check him out, too. And anyone listening,
yeah, for
he's
sure.
very knowledgeable. Come to us for the fun times. Go to him for the information. If you really got the
Yeah.
But you know, she's a big deal.
Yeah.
Abigail.
Brian, I think you're doubling this.
What?
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm hearing myself double.
Oh wait, I think we were good.
Yeah.
A lot of weird technical difficulties this episode. But in any case, yeah. I mean, what I appreciate about S.W.O.R.D is that it just goes. One of the best things about this X-Men run is that although every book is kind of required and annoying in that way, it's also like no book is like the other. You know, it's not like every book focuses on a separate aspect of Krakoa, and it's a really epic undertaking. I appreciate it. Yeah. But in any case, that was S.W.O.R.D. Very great issue. Huge fan. We move on to our second X book, Marauders number 16. The cover says it all. This is one of the most honest covers I've ever seen, honestly.
Second to the John losing.
We start off with Bishop and Storm talking about, Bishop is still investigating this murder. He just like, yo, I just learned.
As they should have. I mean, shit, because the killer was
I thought they
would
have all told him by now. Like, I thought like they would have been like, yo, yeah, it was Sebastian. Because Kitty's been back for a minute.
That, right? Like, they didn't even decide to let the detective know, just...
Yeah, just so you don't go all the way out to Madripoor again to pick up evidence. It was Sebastian. But yeah, he's confronting Storm. He's like, yo, so just because he's on the council, he gets away with it? And Storm's like, no. And
No,
it
he will not.
turns
Like,
out, because of Ten of Swords, they delayed his punishment. Like, there was bigger fish to fry at the moment, so they couldn't exactly pull up to his house and give him his punishment then. But they're more than ready now. Emma Stone, I keep calling her Emma Stone, Emma Frost, and Kitty Pryde pull up to Sebastian's lair, who's just chilling in front of the fucking fireplace, sipping, just like, yes. I'm so evil, I'm such a boss. And then he pulls up to the door after hearing it knock. Kitty Pryde just socks him twice with her cool tattoo knuckles. And yeah, the rest of this issue is just really just shitting on Shaw. They shoot him first. They got rid of his powers somehow. And they just torture him for a little bit. They kick him in the nuts. They're just like... They fuck up his booze. They throw his fucking scotch in the fire, and that's
his scotch that he got that was handed to somebody from the queen of fucking wherever in the fire. Dunzo. And your nuts is gone too.
Yeah, he pulls up his fists and is about to show Kitty Pryde who's boss, but Kitty just like goes straight through him with her powers and strikes him in the neck, gives him that cool like action movie neck.
Does she?
Yeah, she hits him with
yeah, she does. She goes right through his hands. Pow!
Yeah. There's a movie that did that. I forget which one, but it was pretty good. Yeah, so he's just like Emma Frost gives him a deal. It's like, okay, so we can either tell on you to the council and you'll be banished along with Sabretooth, or we can just settle it amongst ourselves. And Sebastian Shaw's like, fuck that, and he runs away. He tries to run out of the window. He throws himself out of the window. He falls to the ground. Glob Herman walks past and is like, oh my god, are you okay? And Kitty Pryde just phases out of the door, says, hi Glob, bye Glob, and then just pulls him back in. He's like, ah!
Man, then Glob gets the fuck up out of there. He's like, I don't want to know.
I thought this was one of
damn thing.
This was one of my favorite pages of the week.
He ain't nosy.
It was really funny.
I thought he was gonna go and tell, but
no, he was like,
that's not really in his character.
No, yeah, he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm not getting involved.
Oh no, hold on.
I don't even like Sebastian like that. Never mind. So yeah, Kitty Pryde just like drags him back. I keep calling her Kitty. I'm not used to it. Sorry, Kate. Kate drags him back in and drops him to the ground.
You could call her Kitty. She said Sebastian can't call her that.
That's true.
You good money, bro.
So yeah, Sebastian tries to twist it and be slick, and he's like, I was actually doing you a favor by murdering you in cold blood.
he really tried to smooth that one, man. Like, yo.
He's like, I did you a favor. We didn't know if you were really a mutant or not because you couldn't get through the gates, and now you know. And now you can be resurrected.
Know for sure. He said, I gave you that information. You should be... Did he say you should be thanking me?
Yes, he did. He did say that. He said, you should both be thanking me. He's like, I confirmed that you were a mutant. Aren't you happy? And obviously they're not.
He said, I freed you. You are better than you were before.
In theory,
I hope you understand why I did what I did, and I humbly ask you to forgive me. You murdered her. You shot this bitch point blank. Your old partner.
With a smile on your face.
Y'all had beef before. Oh my god.
With a smile on your face. You killed her dragon too.
Your fellow council member. Yeah, niggas is on the same. Yeah, they're both on. They're all three of them on the spring.
They're on the same team.
She's from your quarter, my nigga. If anything, you should have. Oh god, he's such a dumb ass hater. I hope they take him off the fucking seat.
Oh man.
Eventually, because these.
Well, it gets worse because after all of this, they're like, "That wasn't your. We're not done yet." And that's when Storm pulls up with Lockheed, who he also tried to murder. And Lockheed, with the precision of an Uchiha, rips his eye out with his teeth.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck.
Uchiha snatch.
Yeah. So, Kitty pours out a glass. He says, we cool, right? And he's like, all right, we cool. And then he takes a drink and they're like, oh, Lockheed wasn't your punishment. This is your punishment. So basically they poisoned his booze, that cup that he just gave him, with the Verandi poison that would have been given to other people. And they were like, okay, so here's the deal. If you survive, you'll just, you'll learn to behave yourself, basically. We own you now. So, if you survive, do that. If you die, we'll just not resurrect you for a while.
For mad long. To the point that you'll probably lose all of your connections and power that you thought you had. You're going to lose all your seat in the accounts. All of that, man. It's like you're done, so you either ours or you're done.
Yeah. Sebastian Shaw survives that night, crazily enough. And they're like, wait, where's the chair from the spring side? And they pull up. Sebastian Shaw is...
chair.
Yeah. Sebastian Shaw seems paralyzed, so they're pushing him in on a wheelchair.
In the first panel, he's just kind of like, you can't really tell what's going on with it. Yeah, right? He's just like, the I eat ass face.
It's really funny.
Yo,
this was a great issue.
And they even have a vote. It comes to a vote, because they're like, what happened? And then the others are like, man, I don't know. We ain't going to talk about it. And it was like, nah, we got to vote about this shit.
Yeah, we got to vote on whether we hear about what happened to Shaw. Magneto votes yes. Charles Xavier votes yes. Mr. Sinister votes hell yes.
Hell yes.
Exodus votes yes. Mystique says nah.
Storm is like, no.
No. Nightcrawler doesn't even know what to do. This is the weirdest start to his day, where he's like, yes?
I guess. I am curious.
And all three members of the spring side say no. Including
you
Shaw.
Notice Sebastian Shaw's speech bubbles is kind of like twiggly. I think that like he slurred.
Yeah, he's like, no.
He's like, no.
And he said, but it ends in a sinister tone because Sebastian Shaw says, where deadlock disappears. Obviously, my body has been hurt, but my spirit has not dimmed. Fear not, in any state, I remain a humble servant of Krakoa. Sinister.
It is sinister, but I also in my head canon right now, until I'm proven wrong. I mean, obviously he's a snake and weasel, and he's gonna probably always try to violate. But I want to believe he's like, oh yeah, I learned my lesson. I played myself. I'm ready to really play my hand in this. Like, I'm good. Don't worry, guys.
No.
Because he got embarrassed. That's really what happened. Because he knows that if they ever told the truth, he's done with Krakoa.
Yeah,
so I think he's just happy to still be around.
Oh no,
he's
for
like,
sure.
It's cool. I can deal with this.
He's playing along 100% because like the alternative is he gets saber-toothed. Where they like, Brian, you don't know what you commit.
I know what happened to
Saber-tooth butt buddy.
Okay, yeah. So you commit
no place.
a crime egregious enough on Krakoa, they basically put you in an underground purgatory. So it's not
I've
great.
seen that.
It's either underground purgatory or never-ending falling pit.
Yes.
Both sound horrible.
Yeah. And
imagine falling for dumb long.
Sabretooth is still falling, I think. He's right now.
We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's a never-ending pit, if it's just the dark place he's in.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know yet.
But that was, man, Marauders I liked. I like a lot more talking about it with you guys. I think that was, they're both very fun issues of X Books today.
He had his ass beaten coming to him for a long time.
Yes.
Man. So I was just happy that they finally delivered on that.
Real satisfying. You know how like Oda would sometimes like make a rich douchebag character just so he can fuck them over later? That was what this was. But in any case, that was the X Books. Very fun reads. The Reign of Swords is off to a good start. With that being said, it is time to randomize.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen.
How'd you see?
Yeah, same. This was...
Yeah. As soon as I looked at the list again, I was like, oh, duh, yeah.
Yeah, this is both mine and Josh's RGC, actually.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
No.
All right. This is Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 132, Shibuya Incident, Part 49. Last we left off on a race against time to see who was going to do Black Flash first, essentially. I looked into Black Flash a little more as to why nobody can really use it at will. Gojo can't even do it at will. The reason being it just like takes just so much concentration. It's very much like an even harder version of the special beam cannon that Piccolo does.
I really don't remember what that's about, but
It's where he has to stand there for 5 minutes while he charges it up. Even though now he could just do it, but before he had to like stand there for dumb long. Like,
so similar to that, where you no what? So they have to. Is it a charge?
It's not a
move,
charge
like
up
the
thing
Falcon
though.
Punch?
It requires a lot of concentration. You have to be in. You have to hit a certain amount of concentration in your mind in order to do it. It's quicker, but it takes a minute to get into that frame of mind, and that's why you can't do it at will. It's just hard to pull off.
The easiest way I'm seeing it is that like you kind of had to use it in a combo. You had to like land a few hits and get a nice opening so that you can focus completely on hitting that mark. Like you can't just be like, oh, I'm sure at some point in the series maybe they will, but the way it seems like is like it's not something you could just kind of hit them with like a Rasengan. You could just kind of form and hit them with the breakdown their defenses. You gotta like you gotta find your spot for it because you could even hurt yourself trying too hard to think about using it. Then you're gonna get punched in your face or something because you're not focusing on the fight. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to kind of make it make sense in my head.
Yeah, I feel like I understand it in my head. It's just it just takes a lot to do. And you can't do it in the middle of a fight or even like when you're kind of chilling. Like you have to be in it's a very rare state of mind that you have to hit and it just kind of comes out of you. You don't activate it. You just have to keep swinging until it happens, essentially.
Like when Steph Curry hits his like half court shot or something.
Right. Yeah, I guess. It's that much. Okay, so, Itadori, Mahito has this whole plan. He's like, all right, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to metamorphose and then, and avoid the attack aimed at my sweet spot. And then when that happens, I'll just parry with an instant spirit body of distorted killing right to the neck and end this, basically. And the plan starts to go, Itadori actually hits him as he metamorphoses. And right when he's about to do the next part of his plan, there's a second hit. And we know this. This is the divergent fucking fist, which is something that Itadori, that's some more at-will power, but Itadori just couldn't do it as well before. But now he's way better. Ever since he fought with Choso, Itadori can control divergent fist.
Yeah, and the real, and I'm just getting into detail because I feel like that's what matters in this, right? Where like he was saying how like he wasn't using it like that because it was like him being sloppy with the ability at first, right. Which is why there was such a delay with the hit. But as he started getting experience, he learned, I can use that to my advantage in a situation. Or at least he figured that, like, maybe I could fake him out with something like that, delay the timing.
Exactly.
A few moments could change a lot of things. You're expecting something, and then nothing happens, and then bow. Yeah. So that was.
It's also like
really clever.
taking what you thought was a disadvantage and turning it into something that you can use in your own advantage. Very cool. But as Mahito's about to strike back, you hear, "Listen closely, Spirit. There's no way you do not know this. An arm is merely a decoration." And Toto just stands before them. And he says, "An act of applause is an accumulation of the soul." And he doesn't applause.
Acclamation. Yeah.
And he doesn't applause with his stump arm and his full hand. And I'm like, ow! Jesus.
Yeah, right? I was like,
yeah.
Like Drake. Ah.
I don't like it. And man, Mahito already knows. He's like, he's gonna pull up behind me, and no one's there.
He anticipated this switch. He's like, yeah, nigga, not again. You ain't catching me this time.
But no one's there.
There's just air.
What? And he looks up, and Toto is like, "Sorry, my boogie woogie cursor technique is already dead, so he can't use it anymore."
No! Is that literally what he's saying? I'm hoping that it's just dead for now because he can't use his arm at the moment. I'm hoping, like, maybe he could just get a fake prosthetic hand.
Maybe Eri can cross
another
series.
million. Come on.
Yeah, but
where's that girl? Where's Eri? Could she help him? I'll be okay with that.
Yeah,
I won't mind.
In that moment, Itadori finally gathers the power and is finally just socks him with a fucking black flash.
What cracked his fucking ribcage? Oh shit, bro! The whole side. That shit in.
It was awesome. And Mahito's
About mad blood. Sent that nigga like it was Smash Bros, nigga. He was at $180.
Yeah. Explosion in the
nigga.
background.
Ray niggas got sent flying off screen. That's his style.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And, it's not even done. Itadori catches up to him, and he's fully back into his regular form. He starts vomiting. He got hit so fucking hard. And then Itadori gives one of the coldest speeches any Shonen Protagonist has ever done. He just
I didn't realize, by the way, that this dude makes himself throw up with his finger. I thought he just kind of does it on command because he's a demon or something. But no, he literally makes himself throw up to get the body. That's gross.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Really
I thought he got hit so hard he threw up. No, he is.
No, look.
He's vomiting himself.
His fingers is in his... Ugh.
Yeah, he's trying to get more bodies. Oh, my God. So he is just, stressed. And Itadori says, I'm you. I wanted to reject you. Convince myself that you were wrong. But it doesn't matter now. I'm going to kill you. I don't need to find meaning or a reason. He's like, I don't know. Maybe this is my purpose in life, but I'll keep killing curses for as long as my role, and that's my role in all of this. Even if you just reincarnate into another curse, I'll find you and kill you too. And Mahito goes full Light Yagami, where he is lost and he runs away.
Yo, he books it. Look at his face. Look at the fear. And then the creator of this series is a dope guy, man. Like he made the scene like he was being chased and hunted like a wolf and a rabbit.
Yo,
I was like, oh man, you did the most, bro. Come on, son.
Yeah, cold.
Because Mahito was talking all that shit, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so satisfying. As Mahito crawls on his legs, he runs into Geto, and Geto is like, shall I save you, Mahito? And that's where the chapter ends. Oh my God.
Yo, this was a lit ass fucking chapter.
I mean, come on.
I don't got any more thoughts, bro. It was firefight. I hope your man didn't lose his power. That's all I got.
Yeah,
to say.
I wonder what's gonna happen with Geto. He's gonna have to fight Geto.
He's gonna definitely kill Mahito. He's gonna be like, don't worry. That's one thing I can predict. Don't worry, I'll help you. Oh, Dad, take your power. Something like that.
I forgot what his power is.
To be conniving? I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah.
And he can plan really well.
Isn't he like a summoner?
He's not Ghetto though. He is, but he isn't. He's got that brain monster.
Yeah, he's got that brain
right?
thing.
Yeah.
But I know he
but
has
he
a specific
could still
ability.
be himself. Though there's still like a chance, I think.
I gotta reread
Kinda
Jujutsu
crazy.
Kaisen from the beginning. I need to remind myself of some stuff.
You really should.
I've read it from the
this
beginning.
arc has been going on for really long.
Yeah, it's a lot of info, and there's been a lot of fights.
Like there's 52 weeks in a year, but they take at least 5 breaks at the very least. 5, times.
At least
they'll take
Oda
a break.
does.
Well, no, Oda's more like he gets like a quarter of the year.
God, I wish I had
But
vacations
anyway,
like
I
that.
digress. Man, I'd love to gush over it more, but we gotta get it moving.
It's great.
I know what time it is.
It's great. Jujutsu Kaisen's awesome. Read it. Awesome.
And watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
Yeah,
ha.
HBO Max. It's on there now. It is time to randomize.
Ryan.
Venom.
Oh, damn.
Don't be like that. We only got a couple left. This is Venom number 31. Real fast because it really kind of takes.
No, it literally is pretty fast, guys.
It takes place in the span of 32 seconds, which is the name of the issue. Last we left off, Venom was just dropped from the top of Knoll building, and he starts falling. We get a little bit of narration from Rex Strickland, and I'm like, oh yeah, this guy. He's
yeah. From the very beginning.
He gives
It's fair if you forgot about him.
No, I remember, but I'm like, oh yeah, I almost forgot about this guy, but he gives an ominous warning, like this was supposed to happen this entire time, and he knew it. And we cut to Null dropping Venom from the top, or Eddie from the top, keeping the Venom symbiote with him. Venom is trying to get the fuck out of there and help his boy, but Null is just taking control of him. It's pretty sad because he's really like, Eddie needs me. Please let me go. And I'm like, Venom.
I know, man. He's like, yeah, don't worry about him, man. Don't worry.
Venom
Which,
is best boy.
he has a point. He's like, it's over for this place.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand.
Yeah,
just join me. I'm here for y'all anyway.
I'm the winner, dude.
Hard to argue.
Yeah,
Come
Eddie
back
is
to
just
daddy. Yeah.
Eddie literally prays to God, where he's like, I know we haven't talked in a while.
I laughed, but it was funny the way he said that. He does. He literally puts his hands together and prays because what the fuck else you gonna do,
Yeah.
bro?
I mean, you know.
Airport atheist, right?
Yeah, we're all atheists
Only pray
until the
when
plane
there's
goes down.
turbulence.
We're all
That's
atheists
what
until
that's what Donald Glover said.
we're all atheists until a symbiote god drops you from what, the Chrysler Building?
Yeah, I'll pray to anything. If it'll fucking save me, bro. Yeah, I can have it.
You sure? In any case, yeah, he's fallen to the earth, and meanwhile, Dylan is like, "Man, I'm bored here in this cool bunker thing. It has a PlayStation 4, I think. This thing."
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, I guess he doesn't know what's going on outside, but it's just like you got a fridge, bro. Like everyone's dying outside, and you're chilling.
Yeah, get your fridge going. And then he just tries to activate his Venom or symbiote powers, and I guess Venom himself is like, Dylan, no, fuck, Jesus, we told you to stay in the bunker, stop being weird. And then he looks on the TV, and this newscaster gets a perfect shot of Eddie getting the symbiote ripped from him.
Which Dylan did not need to see.
Yeah, Dylan did not need to see
it
that.
like that.
And he's like, oh, shit, Dad. And the issue basically ends where Eddie Brock tries to parkour his way down the building. And it ends right as he's about to crash into a car. It'd be really cool if the next time we see Eddie, Spider-Man swoops in and is like, I got you, fam.
He better. Because he's about to fucking die.
Yeah.
If his bones aren't all broken up already.
Yeah.
I think he broke every bone in his body already when he started falling.
Yeah.
What we didn't really get to address is that, during the whole series, during the chapter, we get a monologue from, like you said, Rex Strickland. And what I believe is going on here is that we are seeing a hardcore, for sure, non-debatable transformation of Eddie Brock from an anti-hero to a straight up, he is a hero.
Mm-hmm.
And he is here to stay until Marvel feels like they're tanking in sales and they have to do something extra and spicy, right? Because that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But yes, he is a defender of the innocent. That's why he wrote that story as a journalist and got fired and didn't go try to kill those people. Maybe he did. I don't know. Listen, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And hopefully Spider-Man saves him.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great redemption little story where Eddie becomes something more, and through fatherhood and all that stuff, he tries to make more out of
man,
himself.
this was the story we needed. I did not know.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's still going, but I wonder if this is the last story that Donny Cates is going to write for Venom. I don't know. What more can you do? This is pretty big.
True that, right?
This is very much like the War of Realms.
Maybe another author will just pick up Venom and keep it going if it's if it's making enough money, but he might just be finished with it at this certain point.
Yeah, I wonder. But anyway, that was Venom. It's a great issue. King in Black, so far so good as far as events go. It's time to randomize. I don't know which sound I'm gonna pick. I'll pick this one.
That bitch from Tokyo.
Hey, just from Italy.
Dr. Stone. We got 2 chapters of Dr. Stone because we elected to opt out of that one last week, but we got 2 to make it up for you. This is Dr. Stone starting with chapter 176, Net Breaking Plan. It's a race, guys. Basically, the Xeno's team is basically trying to catch up to the Kingdom of Science and their new motorbikes. Xeno manipulates the team into using him as a human shield so that he can blink Morse code a message over to Stanley.
As he's looking through the barrel of his sniper. These niggas is official. Batman would be proud.
Honestly, this is a series full of Batmans.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Dick Grayson's.
Yeah.
Berbers.
So Stanley is so nice with the gun. He jumps, he takes a big leap, and he just shoots the shoulders of both Tsukasa and the spear dude, Hyoga.
The strongest fighters.
Yeah, and she can't. What's her name? Kohaku can't even believe it. She's just like, "Yo, with all this dust and smoke, he managed to hit the most optimal targets." But luckily, it seems that both Tsukasa and Hyoga had like some kind of armor underneath, so it didn't penetrate them completely, but it did do some damage still. Zeno does his blinky thing, and then he just chills for a minute. We don't know what he said yet, but because they're taking notes about it. But yeah, he blinks them a message. Meanwhile, the Perseus, the Zeno's people from the Perseus fix their biplane, and they just take it flying to go catch up to them. But before they left, Senku saw this coming. He knew that like we can't just leave a plane behind, so they sabotaged the plane, filled it with just sugar, like the fuel port. They filled it with sugar and caused the plane to just crash in a really cool 2-page spread. Like I like the kineticness of this. I'd like to see this how this looks animated with the plane just like flipping around, crashing around everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a cool little moment. And Stanley is just like, shit. As Senku like cockily looks at him like, yeah, bitch, I got you. And that was Dr. Stone 176. Fun little chapter. And now we move on to Dr. Stone 177, Medusa Mechanism. We get a little bit of a reiteration of the plan. They're going to go find the Medusa and take it apart, analyze the mechanism. Meanwhile, back at the Perseus ship, or is this like the Bay of like Corn City, whatever. Someone goes deep diving to find the original Medusa machine that they used to distract Stanley back in the day, like a few weeks ago, and they're basically going to do a full autopsy of what's inside. And basically what they're going to use is this guy who, he's a watchmaker, essentially. What they do is that, oh, no, wait. Did I fuck up? I'm kind of, I just got weirdly confused as to what happened. Okay.
They want to revive,
okay.
Watchmaker.
Sorry, I just put it back together in my head. The Kingdom of the Science people, they're all with the Xeno folks. So, you know, it's not like two separate teams. Everybody's kind of on land. So whoever finds this ring is still with the Xeno folks. So Senku basically sends them a fax to communicate with them the location of someone who can take apart that Medusa. And he figures out how to do fax in the prehistoric times. It's kind of cool. They revive this watchmaker, and he's like kind of impressed. He's like, yo, this is crazy. Whoever built this, every little piece has its function, and he manages to fix it. And for whatever reason, he looks at it, I guess to test it out. He goes 1 meter, 1 second, and it causes the Medusa to activate, and I guess the purpose is to only stone himself so he could be freed later. But, you know, it's to test that if it works. Basically.
Yeah, to test it, yeah. So that there wasn't a huge disaster. So like that.
Yeah.
I feel like they had a really funny reference. When what is not Kohaku? What is the other girl's name? That's Taiju's girlfriend.
Oh, shit.
She finished writing.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yuhira,
damn it, not Yukihira. Yuzuriha.
Okay, so she, after she finishes, like, you know, transcribing the facts from what she heard on the Morse code, she's like she's got blood coming out of her nose, and she's like all decrepit. And I feel like, that's how like the manga artists are. Like at the end of the week when they have to like grind to get a deadline or something like that. And it's funny because the dude, actually, no, he doesn't say how he was making manga, but he does make a manga reference that someone did this, like a famous mangaka did this. Like they made manga abroad by using Morse code. Holy shit, man. Is that what happened? I thought he was saying that we did that. I could believe that in a fake manga, right? It's like, sure, whatever. All right. Your world. But in real life, someone did that? That's hard fucking core.
Hardcore.
All right. That's my thoughts. It was cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait for next week.
Yeah, same. It was a good couple of chapters. It is time to randomize. Black Clover. We got two of these chapters this week. Sorry about last week. We're gonna start with Black Clover.
Sorry.
We're
sorry. I was out of fireplace.
Yeah. This is Black Clover chapter 273, Day of Destiny. Zeno, another character named Zeno, I think in this series. He's the Bone Man. He walks into this weird dark laboratory
Bone guy
to find this scary scientist man who looks like the guy from Soul Eater, Frankenstein. Has this character shown up before? I feel like I'm supposed to be like, they got this guy?
Yeah, I don't remember him, but like they said, he was involved in the Diamond Kingdom fiasco with, remember the fire girl with the dragon and the stone guy with the diamond guy stopping them? Yeah, it was a situation.
Yeah, he's created this like healing tank for Dante, who's healing up Goku style in this tank.
Yes!
And he cannot wait. He's just like, ooh, I can't wait to fight that boy again.
Ooh, that's all
Who did
I'm
he
thinking
fight
about.
before?
He fought Asta and Yami.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's over it with Yami. He's like, all right, I've seen what you got. I want to fight that kid again.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the the battle with Asta, his training thing, we don't get to see his new form because as like we're getting there right at the end of the action, there's a big cut on the wall from his use of his power, and he manages to kind of graze Noct, and Noct is like, nice. I lose.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool, so let's go. And Noct is like, no, you're still not ready. So I'm going to let you stay here and give you an opportunity to make a cool shonen entrance later. and Asta's like, bet.
I really like Noct, man. He reminds me of you.
Me?
Like, if you was a character in this, almost because he's not mad hype, but all right, it's the way he came to the realization. Is how he was saying, like he was talking about it very, very level-headed, like breaking down what happened. Like, okay, he avoided hitting me directly. You know, he just busted out that move, but you know, he was able to like still have such a mighty control of it, etc., etc. Anti-magic, I knew it. If he uses that at full power, then he will be the strongest. But he's like, he's not saying that like, oh man, he'll be the strongest. He's like, yep, I figured that shit is OD. It's fucking anti-magic. He's gonna be unbeatable.
Yeah.
Which is what you think, right? In a series where everybody uses magic and your power is to cut through that magic like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah.
And cancel it out. You win, my nigga. You just need to make sure you're
GG,
fit
dude.
enough.
GG, my guy.
You win, bro. And that's why he says, I lose. And so are these other guys.
Yeah.
When you're ready.
So yeah, Noct basically is like, stay here, train for a little longer, and we'll get the party started. And yeah, Asta's there's a little cool moment where he's like, you were born without magic, by accident you were possessed by a devil, and you toyed with fate with unforgiving fate, but you were always right. And I guess that's true. I don't think there's a point where Asta was ever wrong.
I guess right as far as his mindset
Yeah.
and his outlook on life. I think he was saying, I agree with you and I acknowledge that.
Mhm.
Like, because he kind of, Light, whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah.
He kind of made it seem like, no,
Yeah.
that's wrong. You know, he made it seem like that wasn't the case.
Yeah, for sure.
But he had to do it to make sure Asta's mind was right before he let him know that, no, you're good. That is the way to go. But you're soft. You
Soft
need to
boy.
get stronger.
He leaves Guido Mello there so he can continue training. And yeah, he fucks off. He's gonna get the party started. And the chapter ends with a 2-page spread where all the Magic Knight captains and standing there like, let's
And you
go.
know.
He's not a captain.
And the other guy, Mr. Soul Cycle, Mr. Moped,
Mr. Moped.
million miles on the moped.
Yeah. And that's where that chapter ends and where chapter 274 begins. this is Black Clover, chapter 274. The battle begins. And this is the audience voted RGC of the week.
Certified RGC.
Whoa. It was cool. I liked it a lot.
A lot of Black Clover fans out there, honestly, on the Twitters.
I was gonna make this the RGC when I rescinded, because I thought, I was like, you know what, we did read Black Clover this week and it was pretty cool. Like I like how it was flowing.
Yeah.
But you know,
this was
Jujutsu anyway.
This was a tightly contested one. Jujutsu Kaisen was a close second, I believe.
Okay.
With Black Clover won with 41% of the vote. Jujutsu Kaisen won with 34% of the vote. Second place. Chainsaw Man was 17%. And My Hero Academia came in last. I don't know if, like, you guys got to vote if you guys want to change that. Follow us on Twitter at New Jump City. Because it's always disproportionately either Chainsaw Man or Black Clover that wins. And I guess those are the two most vocal fan bases. Ironically enough, because My Hero Academia fans seem like the loudest fans on the planet Earth. But in any case, this is Black Clover, chapter 274. Last we left off, the Magic Knights are getting ready to go. And, you know, we're all getting little character moments to kind of introduce us to, or reintroduce us to folks we haven't seen before in a while. There's this new guy named Maxa, or at least I don't remember his face.
Yeah, I don't think he's that important. I think he's just someone that came to co-sign, and they was like, fuck off. You're not part of our little crew.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah, the guy from, I guess, the buggy of the series, essentially. This guy who just gets dragged along.
Mr. Soul Cycle.
Yeah, Mr. Soul Cycle.
Million Mile Moped.
He's like, I can't believe I'm here, but the king ordered me to come here. I was happy, you know, and basically Noct tells him to sacrifice himself for the people who are right, because he knows, like, you're gonna die, you're not strong.
Yo, he straight up told him, we know you don't have much in the way of skills. Sacrifice yourself for the sake of the people who are right. What? Nigga said what? Plain face, like, yeah, that's your role. Don't worry.
Yeah,
that's all you need to do.
I smell character development coming soon for this guy. But in any case,
they're going to need a guy to get away.
Yeah, they open up the portal and they head off. Meanwhile, the Resistance in the Spade Kingdom pull up to the Dark Triad's headquarters, and they just start popping off. They're like, we're done with taking your shit. 17 years ago, you killed our king, Lord Lois, and many of our commanders. Lois is such a weird name for me to say. And now it's time for us to throw hands. Let's go! And they know why they're there. They're not there to do anything crazy. They're there to basically be a distraction so that the Magic Knights can come in and do their thing.
Yeah, they've really taken one for their kingdom there.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's a lot like that moment from Attack on Titan where Eren leads his soldiers to certain death. That's basically what they're doing. It's a great show.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, remember that?
Yeah.
That happened early, too.
No, that happened later, dude. I don't know how far you got. It gets pretty wild. Anyway.
Oh yeah, they where I'm at, they just snatched them up and brought them to the forest. I don't know where they're going.
I don't
know why.
Damn, dude, you gotta catch up.
Yeah, I know it's been a long time, bro. I'm gonna get back to it eventually. Crazy. That and Hajime no Ippo.
I'm so behind on Hajime no Ippo, man. Anyway,
I don't even know where to read it anymore. The last site is down.
I was thinking of reading it. I was thinking of reading it from the beginning. Why not? Anyway.
Where? Anyway.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
The feds are listening. we can't. Anyway, so
support your mangaka.
For sure. Even though we can't support Hajime no Ippo's mangaka from here. Because he doesn't have...
That's not our fault.
He doesn't have an English release. Hint, hint, Viz. Get on it.
Yeah, Americans love boxing.
For real. All right. Anyway, back to Black Clover.
Yeah.
So this fucking... Back at the village, this mystical demon appears. And I think this is the giant demon the scientist guy was referring to.
Gigantomachia? No,
yeah.
This is the original demon. Remember the skull thing?
Is it?
That like the huge skull that had the sword on top of it?
Yeah.
What's his name came
That's
out
in the
of?
Clover Kingdom.
That's supposed to be either a replica of it or the
you're right,
demon.
You're right. Wow.
Look at it. You can see the three eyes and stuff.
Yeah, because Leech wasn't the demon; he was possessed by the demon. You're right. Yeah, it is. It just pulls up and it starts causing havoc. And man, everybody's like, "Yo, Space Kingdom, are you gonna do anything about this? This demon's about to fuck us up." And he's like, "Yeah, but you guys aren't the Spade Kingdom. That's reserved for the strong." Xeno, heartless dude. And as this demon is just approaching and all hope seems lost, that's when a fire thing just comes blasting into his face. And who is there but Mario Leona?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I liked it.
Marilena Kenpachi.
Yeah, I really love Mario Leona, so I'm glad she's back. And she is kind of the Kenpachi of the series. I'm glad. Yeah, this is a cool couple chapters. I think this is why it won this week, because I guess Mario Leona is a very popular character, as she should be.
And traditional shonen, character comes out on the
Berserker,
scene, nice little cliffhanger. It was dope. It was fire. I'm excited. I'm excited for the next chapter, and if you get me excited for the next chapter, that's a huge point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Black Clover is great. Really quick because not a lot technically happened, but it doesn't need to be 5 volumes of stuff in order to be great. Black Clover was very fun to read. But anyway, yeah, that was Black Clover, and this has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Very much appreciated. Let's land this ship. You can find me at the Chris Espinal, at JDCole_37, at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram, and take part in our Chapter of the Week survey that we do every Sunday, somewhere around the afternoon. After I read the chapters and I'm like, these are what I nominate, but you could also write in by replying to the tweet. You can write in your favorites, and I'll take those.
Yeah, please, guys. Even if it's something you think that we talk lowly of, hey, maybe a bunch more people really like it, and we'll have to put some respect on his name.
For sure. Let us know. I might try to do a VGI for next week, a certified VGI poll, but we'll find out. Let us know if that's what you want to see. You can email the show at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. And we may just read them on the show, or you can comment below. All that jazz. Listen to us on iTunes. Give us a 5-star review. Follow us on Spotify. We're on Google Podcast, Amazon Music. We're everywhere. So find us. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, share us. I don't know. I'm not good at plugging things. I'm a modest boy. But take care of yourselves, guys, and stay safe. See you next week.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening.